member of the Wraith. My name is Brian, and today we are tackling the next two characters in Injustice 2. Now, I feel like because of the longer preamble for Batman and Superman, because we had to introduce some of the new fighting mechanics, I'm going to be talking about all of the characters. I should be able to talk about these characters relatively quickly. And I will be doing stage overviews, and I will be doing I'll probably be doing a special video where I overlook the stages in Injustice 1 and Mortal Kombat 11, because I never talked about the stages in those games. And the stages are very important to go over, especially in this game. So next up are two more legacy characters, Harley Quinn and the Joker. We're going to take this fight to the Joker's playground with competitive mode on, because that is what we're going to be looking at. We're just going to be looking at competitive moves, not any of the custom attacks. If you want to look at the custom attacks, look up the... I should have linked in the description or somewhere that I have an ability almanac where one can go and look at all of the abilities. Really quickly, first note, she has a 6-frame high. It's like she has a 6-frame punish, so Harley's able to punish things that most characters won't be able to. I just want to see if there's anything that doesn't combo. There is Revolver Poke, which is 7 frames, her uppercut, Mallet Slap, Hammer Slam. Actually, I don't think there's anything that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, just her throws that have changed. So everything is basically the same. She's really fast. She has really good pokes. Uppercut is -12, as I pointed out, but that just means don't uppercut willy-nilly. And both of her throws have changed, because they're now mallet-based. Every character got new throws, whether they're classic or otherwise. Note the range that she gets, which, because Harley actually has really impressive zoning, it really helps her out with some of the insanity that she can possess. Now let's talk about combo attacks, because there is an attack that has been added that Harley never had before. It's called Go Night Night, and it is her new damage ender off of Standing 2. Everything else is basically the same. You got Back 2-2, which starts combos. You also have her fast punish. I'm gonna see. Oh, it's heavy. Yeah, she has this overhead that leaves her plus enough to go for throws. General shenanigans is very familiar to how you would have played her in Injustice 1. But she now, alongside the launcher, the low, and the twirl, which I believe is supposed to be safe. No, it's not. And that's not safe. That is definitely not safe. High Puddin' is what's safe. So you have the mid-low, then you have the launcher, and then you have the safe sweep option. Then you have this, which is the highest damaging version of any of these on their own, because we have 153, 125, the launcher, which can add more damage, but if you just want a raw ender, so if you want to just end a combo, I would recommend this. And I messed up the timing there, but as you can see, you can get really nice mirrorless damage with this new string. So, damn it, I mistimed it. Hold on. Damn it. Part. I'm gonna get this. No. It's Standing 2. There we go. Oh, did it really miss? I thought this would connect. Hold on. There we go. Just takes a little bit of timing. Look at that. That is almost 30% completely meterless off of a jump in. And the thing to note is that her back, too, is incredible. It's safe on block. It is 13 frames, sure, but it leaves the opponent standing and it goes right into her tantrum stance, which is very important to note because tantrum stance is an incredible stance for multiple reasons. Harley is really good in this game. But other than that, there's nothing else really to note out of combo strings that have changed. Also, all of her... Also, nothing really has changed in her special move department except Pop Pop and a new option out of Tantrum Stance, which is an Amplify, which turns it into level 2 right away. Or is it? Which you can amplify in order to cut the recovery of Pop Pop, so you can do and move in or start zoning or what have you. But remember, Pop Pop will still have the chance to misfire. That was actually perfectly timed. I didn't plan that. You still have the chance for this to misfire if you fully charge it. As you can see, compared to if I were to amplify it, and now I should be able to see the recovery in comparison to, I'm holding up so that you can get an idea as to how much the recovery is shaved off. That's the idea for Pop Pop. Then Tantrum Stance, you have your cartwheel, which is your combo extender, your Blam Blam, which I don't know what it's called, but I'm calling it Blam Blam for the damage, and you now have a new low option where it's faster, safer, and it has more range. Or, I say safer. I don't think it's actually safe, per se. Yeah, it's not safe. But it's the second safest option. And you can bait the opponent out with this because it has fairly decent range. Then we have her trait, which has completely changed. So, first off, Bud Rush summons one of the hyenas and is a mid projectile. Both of the hyenas have separate cooldowns, so you can wait for them to summon at any time. Loose Strike turns the hyenas into an overhead. If you hold back... you have to hold these. So there are 3 hold options that you have. Like it rough, pounding, puppies, and roughhousing. So if you hold back, you get a mid overhead, and both of the hyenas come out after a long enough period of time. If you just hold it, you get a double mid. If you hold forward, you go overhead mid. And if you hold up, you get a double overhead. So this is really helpful for zoning and spacing. And while you can only summon both of them after the maximum duration, you could totally mess with your opponent, because overhead projectiles are not that common. And if you want the double shenanigans, just go this and then do this, and then there you go. It's kind of scary how well these hyenas work out. And finally, we have her new super move. Get 'em, boys! Which is plus 11 on block and really damaging for a super move. Note how far back the Joker is placed and how far back Harley goes if it's blocked. But you don't want your super move to be blocked. So, snack time indeed. That hits like a truck as far as super moves go. It's probably one of the strongest super moves Injustice has ever had to date. Now, let's talk about the Joker. The Joker is an interesting character in that, much like Harley from a surface level standpoint, but some of his special attacks have gotten a lot better, and he hopefully has a half-decent chance of being better. But there's a caveat to that. Oh, he actually got a brand new normal, and one of his old normals became a special move. So I'll tag all of those really quickly. I just want to see if... Yeah, that's not new. Let's see. Then Bang got a change, Flying Gas didn't change, Rolling Gas didn't change. He has a new counter. Crazed Run got a change. Death Spin became a thing. And his Chattering Teeth didn't change. And then his new trait. So, this is all of the things that have changed. Death Spin, which was his old back two, became a special move and got replaced with a new overhead stab. Yes, Joker can now has an overhead, finally. Because before, all of his attacks, or most of his attacks for block pressure, were lows. He had overheads, for sure, but he didn't have mix-ups for his low Shattering Teeth, which... they're low launchers, right? But most of the overheads were enders. So, while he had quite a few overheads, he didn't really have that many that would help complement his Chattering Teeth. See, because that overhead would have missed that, and this overhead would end the combo, and so on. Whereas now, he has an overhead that helps complement this. Try blocking that at the right period of time, and I'm pretty sure you're basically screwed. Bang also changed by being able to be amplified, which allows you to extend combos. So, yeah. Oh, I know this can connect. Yeah, let's try that. As you can see. And speaking of, Crazed Run replaces his old crowbar dash, which didn't have that much range. Now he just runs in. And it's unblockable after about mid-screen. If he's about here, I think the sweet spot is exactly mid-screen. There we go. That's about the range that you could expect it to be unblockable. But of course, you can see this guy coming from a mile away. So, you might be thinking, well, why would I ever try to go for the unblockable? Well, first Amplify gives him armor. And then, on hit, it's the Amplify that you remember. So if you're willing to spend the bar to try and close out a match with an unblockable attack, it might be worth a try. Then we have Death Spin, which, as mentioned before, is the old attack. It can hit in front and behind Joker, and most importantly, on block... hold on. It gives the Joker an option to end his combos on block that can act as a bit of a reversal. It's -7, so it's mostly safe, but say that the Joker goes for this. Oh, that can't be special cancelled. How about... well, most of his stuff is safer than that. Hold on. There we go. I think it's supposed to act as a better reversal or wake up. I can't remember exactly what it's for, but I know there's a reason for this. Don't let the damage fool you. It's because it hits twice that it has that damage stat, but the second hit always hits behind it. So unless you make a godlike read and punish a teleporter, you're not going to see the second hit. Before we get to his counter, let's very quickly talk about his trait, which replaces his counter. It's just passive buffs, which allows his mobility to get better. So, first off, let's go mid-screen, or full screen, and note how fast the Joker is walking. Not very fast, as you can see. And he's even slower when he backwalks. He doesn't exactly have the best movement options outside of his dashes. But if he at least gets a laugh off, his movement improves from bad to passable. But you'll notice, it takes a little while. It doesn't take very long for it to go away. So you have to keep laughing in order to further improve your walk speed and make the trait last a little bit longer too. And then if you get the third laugh off, which takes a little while for you to recover, now your walk speed is actually pretty decent, both forwards and backwards. And of course, if you have level 3 laugh, you can just keep laughing to reset the trait. And your jumps get ridiculous too. Look at this. Look at this madness. It gets really dumb sometimes, but I don't believe this affects his dash movement speed, though. Because his dashes are actually not that bad. Let's go to level 3 just to be sure. Oh, I was definitely mistaken. That is definitely a faster dash. Oh, dear Lord. Now let's have Harley make a move by getting parried. It is actually one of the faster parries in the game at 4 frames. It's just as fast as Batman's. And unlike Batman's, you can amplify to restand the opponent. So normally it knocks down and knocks him full screen. But if you amplify it, you can dash in. Or go for a crowbar dash. Which, at that range, becomes unblockable. Also, his throws have changed. His forward throw keeps him close, and his back throw knocks him really far away. So that you can start throwing your gas bombs and start shooting. Now, finally, let's take a look at his new super move, which replaces his old one in more ways than one. Not so funny, is it? It's actually unsafe at -16, and can only be activated at very close range. Good for catching opponents that get overeager. But here's the thing about his super move. I can move afterwards, which means that if I do a combo into the super move, I can then perform a super move combo, which as far as I know, only the Joker can do in this game. It used to be that Green Arrow and Harley could do it, but as you can see, you can net stupid amounts of damage because of the fact that you're using the super move in the middle of the combo to extend it. This arguably makes Joker's super move one of the most useful in the game, because you want to spend all 4 bars for obscene damage? Well, there you go. I just broke 55% with the Joker just by using his super move. Now let's finish this up by taking a look at the Joker's Playground stage. Now, the one thing I should make a mental note of is that this stage does not have stage transitions. All of the stages near the center of the stage to left do not have stage transitions. So it pays to keep in mind that there are no stage transitions, so this will be fairly quick. First we have this. Both the Joker and Harley are gadget characters, so I'll have to explain what power characters can do. Power characters will be able to throw the bumper car at the opponent by sliding it along the floor, whereas gadget characters will just make it explode. Near this horrible carousel, you have explosive bodies. Both power and gadget characters can throw the explosive body. I think there's only one that get within range, but it's still worth noting that that interactable exists. Oh wait, there's 2. That or it regens. Not willing to stick around long enough to find out, though. Then we have to move all the way over here for the next one, which is a jump off of this. I'm not even entirely sure what it is. Off of this thing. And if you press down, of course, you make it explode. But power characters will pick up and throw it. Then we have the barrels. Now these are both thrown in different ways. So a gadget character, like Joker or Harley, will roll it across the floor in order to create a mid-projectile. Whereas a power character like Superman will just pick it up and chuck it. This stage is fairly light on interactables, but that is not a bad thing at all, because for most of the stage you don't have to worry about them, which is not a bad thing at all if you're not one to worry, if you're not one for those interactables. For about 3/4 of the stage, you don't have to worry about them, and if you just stay out of the corner, you should be fine. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you guys on the other side.